Brought to you by Poderation, podcast for nerds. Ooh, natural 20.
Este episodio es presentado por Honda. Descubra la nueva Honda Passport Trailsport todoterreno. La Passport más todoterreno que Honda haya imaginado jamás. Esta Passport cuenta con mayor altura al suelo, barras de techo en todas sus versiones y neumáticas especialmente diseñados para cualquier terreno. Además, disfruta todos tus viajes con el control de clima de 3 zonas, techo panorámico y opciones como asientos delanteros con calefacción y ventilación. Conoce más en honda.com/passport.
Love, exciting and new.
Hello, Hannah Waddingham here. Have you seen the fabulous new Sun Princess? World-class entertainment, exceptional dining, and the greatest pizza ever.
It's a love.
Don't miss our Come Aboard sale with up to 40% off and free room upgrades. Visit princess.com or call your travel advisor to book. Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Offer ends 2/28/25. Ships at Bermudan and British Registry.
Hello and welcome to Respect the Crit. I'm your host, Ian Duncan, and my pronouns are he, him, any, and I am playing Yasher Angle, the occult enthusiast and bibliophile, and here to play along with me, please welcome Jamie Lee Bonez.
Hello, I am Jamie. Today I will be playing Mabel McIntyre, the parapsychologist.
And Xavier Trudeau-Duchesne.
Hello, I'm Xavier, he, him, and I will be playing Aline Levesque, as usual, she, her, the photographer from Montrealer. See, I did the 3 rhymes.
Yeah, you're trying to rhyme. I love it.
I done it.
I'm picking it up on it. And she's gonna outdo all of us by rhyming in iambic pentameter. Please welcome Karen Huseman.
I don't even know what that is. I'm not even gonna pretend.
That's the Shakespeare's kind of way.
Oh, not good
of
at that.
things.
Karen Huseman, not good at that. But I will be playing Melody Thompson, the witchy medium, tonight.
And just like Shakespeare, he is a classic. Please welcome Zach Clark.
What's up? My name is Zach, and I play Raz McClay, who is going to solve the mystery today.
Yay! Yes! Yay! We got it. We can't get better than that. But she's gonna find a way. Please welcome our keeper of arcane lore, Susan Spinator.
Hi, I'm Susan Spinator. I go by she, her, and I will be playing everybody but those guys. And I am not beholden to your mortal rhyming conventions because I'm beyond that.
Oh, that's such a shame. 'Cause I wanted to hear every one of your characters rhyme.
She's been rhyming the whole time. We just can't hear it.
Yeah. You have to listen in the silence. It's there.
It's
but
out of
also
sync.
don't listen too hard because you might go insane.
Oh, well. In these times, aren't we all just going a little insane?
Yeah.
Well, let's not waste any more time then. Susan, please take us away to these strange aeons.
The screen fades in from black, accompanied by the faint, discordant hum of a distant melody. The camera slowly pans upwards to reveal the pale golden light of dawn breaking over the snow-covered rooftops of Whimseybrook. The town is blanketed in a pristine layer of frost, the streets glistening under the weak winter sun. The faint sound of laughter and clinking of festival preparations echo through the crisp morning air. The camera drifts downwards, gliding through the streets like an unseen specter. The town is alive with activity. Festival goers in thick coats and scarves bustle about, hanging colorful banners and stringing lights from lampposts. Children laugh as they build snowmen, their breath visible in the cold air. A vendor arranges trays of pancakes, steams rising into the frosty air. The scene is picturesque, almost idyllic. but there's an undercurrent of unease. As the camera moves, it catches glimpses of shadowy figures lurking at the edges of the frame. Cloaked in dark robes, their faces obscured. They move with purpose, slipping between buildings and alleys. One pauses to etch strange symbol into the frost of a window pane, a jagged musical note surrounded by concentric circles. Another whispers to a townsfolk, who nods blankly before continuing their work. The camera lingers on the group of these figures gathered near the town square, their heads bowed as if in prayer. The faint sound of a haunting melody rises from their midst, only to be drowned out by the cheerful clamor of the festival. The camera pulls back, soaring above the town square, where the massive stage stands ready, its wooden frame dusted with a thin layer of snow. In the center of the square, a towering pyre rises ominously, its stacked logs waiting to be lit for the eternal flame that evening. The pyre casts a long shadow across the square, its presence both festive and foreboding. The camera drifts away, following the winding streets toward the Whispering Teapot Inn. The inn's warm glow stands in stark contrast to the cold morning outside. The camera zooms in through the frosted window, revealing the cozy interior. The camera zooms through the lobby, up the stairs, past the estate room, to the group walking up to the attic. It follows behind as Lynn starts to prepare her darkroom to develop photos.
All right, so I'm just going to have to ask everybody to keep the windows closed, the blinds shut, maybe not open the door without telling me before, because the slightest hint of light might just ruin the photos. Now that we're all here, maybe Mabel, everyone, maybe we should talk about all this. Well, Mabel, what did you see all this time? We've been looping again and again, but you wouldn't wake up. What happened to you? How did you experience it?
You know, it's crazy. It's almost as if I was in some dream, but it felt so real. Like I could touch and I could smell, and it's just crazy. This place, it's doing things to all of us. And she's looking around the room, very frantic, probably not as put together today as you've normally seen her.
And so these mirrors that we're supposed to find and break, all of our own mirrors, do you have any idea where they could be?
You know, I followed so many strands over the years. I really thought I was getting somewhere with the cult. Y'all came into contact with the cult, right?
I mean, indirectly, every time we tried to confront people, they lied out of it, or they wouldn't respond to threats. They wouldn't respond to questioning. We couldn't get any information about the cult, but we know for a fact there's something going on. And a lot of these people are involved, but maybe not all of them.
We had trouble identifying some of them. And you see Yasher, and he's kind of like sitting by himself, and he's got this knife out that he is like holding. And it's like in his hand, and he's just like holding it. And it looks like a strange ceremonial knife, and very ornate. Like the blade looks isn't flat, it's almost like three-dimensional, like something that you would like plunge into something rather than cut something with.
Yeah, sure. Where did you get that? That's from the book, right?
Yes, I've had this piece with me, and I just, it brings me comfort in places that I feel anxiety, which is everywhere, but I wanted to know more about it, and that's why I came here, was for that book. And he points to the picture, sort of probably like dripping off a line somewhere, slowly developing. That's what I came here for. I don't know if it's helpful at all. Maybe it is, but it's stuck around in the loop with us, and it's part of the limited tool set that we have. So if we can find a way to use it, let's do.
Well, speaking of that book, Mabel, I think we found that Frances is not involved with the cult, but his partner, his wife, fiance, I don't know. We didn't get to meet her, but definitely. Do you know anything about her? What's her name again?
Oh, Betty and Quilla, they are 100% involved in that cult. 100%. I'm also pretty sure Orion, did y'all meet him yet? Orion Davis, he's the clock worker, clocksmith, I don't know. Definitely, I would guess, based on his personality alone, part of that cult.
That saves us a lot of trouble and effort. Thanks. Mabel, had you been there with us, this would have been
helpful.
Little mystery would have gone faster.
It definitely would not have gone off the rails in some instances like it did.
That's so funny.
There would have been 50% less gun usage, I think.
How does it feel to get shot in the head, Mabel?
It's almost like the ping of a migraine about to start and then black.
That's a relief. Okay.
Wait, I got shot too.
In the gut, I think.
3 of us have
gut
actually
shot.
been shot.
Yeah.
I think gut shots are like super painful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real bad. Yasher just shudders. Ugh. Orion was making a mask too, and we were trying to follow your clues, Mabel, about
Right, to make them wisely, right?
make the mask wisely. Yes, that's right. And
Yes.
and the other thing that we noticed there was not only were they like intricately adding symbols and pieces to their mask, but they were doing it in a way that involved music and syncopation. Each of them were contributing to a kind of song as they were creating their masks.
And Arya was there with Silas, and she seemed to know exactly what to do when crafting those masks. She was teaching Silas how to do it. What do we know about Arya? Did you find anything more?
I can tell you that I have my suspicions for sure. She's not from around here, right? Okay, she's all the way from Virginia in Portsmouth. And she was born in the year 1900. I know that for sure. I'm not sure how she's connected to the cult. I haven't been able to put those pieces together.
Can I do? Is there a role I can do about 1900s or that year? Because I don't know nothing about that. But Yasher might know something.
Yeah,
about...
he may. Can you give me an astronomy check?
Oh, interesting. Yes, I can. Oh, that's a 50-50. All right, well, I've got luck, so...
Oh!
17!
It's good, though.
There we go.
Wait, okay, so how old are you? You're 35.
35, yes.
And it's 1927. Okay, you'd be a little young, but maybe you're interested in astronomy. So, what you know, maybe as a kid you were really interested in major, like, odd events. I guess at the time that's what it would be considered.
Oh, that sounds like Yasher, 100%.
Yeah, so maybe you like kept this newspaper clipping, so it really comes back to you that the Portsmouth, Virginia, in 1900, there was a solar eclipse, and Portsmouth was in the path of totality. Ooh. And you would remember the date too, because you have a very high success there. The solar eclipse happened May 28th, 1900.
Oh, Portsmouth. That was a solar eclipse, total solar eclipse. Portsmouth was in the path of totality, May 28th, 1900. They're very rare. Well, actually, solar eclipses are not that rare. A lot of them happen over the ocean, but we just don't see them that way. So,
can you name the next total eclipse that's gonna go over Montreal? I'd like to see one. You seem to know a whole lot about them. It's very specific.
Yeah, you'd have to wait until like the year 2024.
Oh, all right.
Until the new iPhone comes out. What is that?
When was she born? Do you have that in your notes?
I do, actually. That's crazy. She was born on May 28th, 1900.
So she was born on a solar eclipse within the path of totality. I mean, that's... If you believe in that kind of thing, that's an an incredible stellar event. I mean, if you've ever witnessed a solar eclipse at any kind of totality, it is an awesome sight, and the alignment of the stars and the planets could be very influential.
I mean, there's enough strange stuff happening that I don't think that's weird at all, that it would be connected. I just don't know what it would do. And she looks at Melody. Melody, anything your books, your knowledge of eclipses, your occult knowledge specifically?
Yeah, can you give me a cult? Ooh, look at these.
Wow.
Look at these major successes. A lot of people who come into power, witches or mediums or sorcerers, a lot of them throughout history are born during major astrological events. You yourself were born during a lunar eclipse.
Okay.
So we should have a mage battle soon. Only way to solve this.
And then just to add to that, the bigger the event, like the more impact it has on a larger group of people, the more power it usually correlates to the amount of power.
Typically, people who are born during like a astrological event, they have some sort of energy, power, something like that. So, I mean, if she was born during a solar eclipse, she could even be leading this whole thing. It would just depend on like what her gifts are.
She has been suspect number 1 since the beginning, but how do we even approach her? I mean, I know we can just start over and try again every time, but I feel like it's more dangerous than that. I feel like even if we misstep, we might lose our chance to break this loop. I don't want to rely on just trying over and over as much as I did. How many times did you repeat this loop, Mabel?
Well, Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ, I lost count. I mean, if I were to venture a guess, I'd say probably around about 10 years. But I have not aged. You will not see a single wrinkle. No crow's feet on these cheeks, sweetie.
Yeah, you look great, but how did you escape? Because you were trapped to all of us. You were in a coma. But you weren't dead, and we watched you die. How did you get out?
That's a hard question to answer when you still feel trapped in it.
It seems like we have to find our mirrors. And there's only one place we know. Well, there's only one place we know that has mirrors. Oh, 2, I guess.
I'm not going back to that shop.
No, me neither. Thank you. I don't think our mirrors are available for people to see. I don't think they'd just be out in the open. I think we need to go at the center of this whole affair, and quite frankly, that Ezekiel name keeps popping up. That ominous place at the top of the hill. If he's the founder, and this festival has been going on, we could find some old things in there.
Well, I don't know if y'all caught anything about that founder, but he also has this wife that like mysteriously vanished. It's a whole thing. This wife just completely up and poofed out of nowhere. There's no record of her anywhere in the town.
I remember that from the books in the library. They just don't have her listed. They mention that she exists, but there's nothing in there about her.
All right. Mabel, write down everything you know about everything in your notebook, and we can refer to it as we go.
Roger that. And she's going to take out her pen and her paper. But also, she's going to check the time because she knows that we are running on a clock. And we got to go get
oh my
to
God,
Issa.
yes, the poison. Oh.
We got to go get to Issa. And she's going to be like, all right, y'all, we got to get out of here. We got to go get some of this anti-venom or whatever it is that Issa's going to cook up for us. So let's get it going. I'm going to get started on writing this down.
You check the clock and it's 7 a.m.
We have till 8 something.
8:20, I think.
8:20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How long did photos take to develop?
Not long.
Not long, yeah.
I would say they probably are developed.
Yeah, so you start to see them develop. Did you start from the oldest or the newest? Oldest?
Oldest to newest, yeah.
Okay, so the first one starts to develop. You probably go to check on it when someone checks the time. And you see the first photo you took, which was getting off the train. You took a group photo to commemorate going to the festival together. You see the 5 of you standing there. And then you see the outline of a 6th figure standing behind Melody.
Nice.
A little hazy, a little translucent, but there is a man standing behind Melody wearing early colonial garb.
And I'll bring the picture to Melody. Is this someone you recognize?
Oh, that's Uncle Ed.
Unc.
That's not a speck of dust. That's a whole ass person floating.
Yeah, it's Uncle Ed. I told you he's always been there. Except for now.
I mean, I believe you. That's not the point. The point is my camera never captured the ghost before. Wait, there could be more. Hold on. And she goes back to the rest of the pictures to see, eagerly see what the rest of them show.
Maybe there just hasn't been a ghost around when you've taken pictures before.
That's possible.
Next photo develops. It's Yasher. It's standing in front of a lion statue.
Right. Looking super awkward.
Super normal. Completely casual. Doesn't know what to do with his hands. You do see a faint glow from the mouth of the lion statue. Just you're not sure if maybe it's a fog was captured on camera or a lighting issue or something else. The third photo starts to develop, and I need you to roll a spot hidden for me.
Oh. I'll spot a face in the upper corner window of that old house.
That's nice.
Oh, wow. What is happening tonight? We're on fire.
This is the night where you find out all the shit you need. So the third photo starts to develop. It is Melody casually standing in the middle of a street where everyone around her is screaming and running.
Oh my god.
Except for one other person, and that's probably why it catches your eye. Standing further back, obscured by the running crowd, which is blurry because these photos are meant to be still. So a lot of the people you just see kind of vaguely screaming outlines. Melody's very clear, and in the background, standing in the shadow of a building but half illuminated, is a stern-looking man with a meticulously styled mustache. He has an air of authority. He has a perfectly tailored 3-piece suit that gives him the sophistication and feeling of power. His dark hair, dark eyes, with features reminiscent of Dutch ancestry. Looking directly at the camera.
Alan will get a shiver down her spine, as if that man is actually looking at her from wherever that man is right now, and she's just gonna kind of the trembling hand turn it around to the group. Anyone else sees a man in this photo?
Yeah, I think I recognize that guy. He wanted a word with me. Didn't happen though because it was around the time where we were all meeting up. I saw you guys through the glass.
Oh, when we were in hell.
You're talking about in the mirror world.
I guess so.
So he's in the mirror world and in whatever this world is.
Wherever we are, I think he has some control, obviously.
Uncle Ed told me that we needed to break our mirrors to get out. Mabel, how did you get out of your coma, specifically?
Well, I remember at the end I broke a mirror too, but I didn't put those two pieces together, so the only thing that I can say is that shop with all the mirrors in it. That's the only thing I can think of.
That in the Mystic Mirror Salon Soirée. That's the other place. We were headed there, but Alin, you seem to think that our mirrors wouldn't just be there.
Did you have a dream where you found a mirror and through it you saw the center part of town, but aged centuries?
Yes.
That's what I saw when Uncle Ed told me that we had to find our mirrors. I don't think there are any mirrors. I think Uncle Ed said we were the sacrifice. We were what set this loop into motion. They can't just be the hair salon mirrors. They can't just be the little reflection of a window. They have to be special.
The mirrors in that shop aren't just regular mirrors. I've seen some crazy shit in there. There's definitely some magic something going on.
And what better hiding place than right out in the open? I mean, that's how Esoterica Exotica remains completely unvisited.
I was about to take a drink.
Maybe.
Not that I mind.
If that Ezekiel person can walk the mirror worlds, how silly it sounds, maybe we can still find a way to talk to him without, like, here. Maybe Melody, you can find a way to contact him. Maybe we can still get the answers. Raz was late to the invitation for.
Oh, yes.
The last photo develops, and it's it's 2 pages, but the one specifically you took it of shows that ceremonial dagger. Written all around it is a ancient text that Yasher was not able to identify, but that's written in it's circling around the dagger. It's written in margins. Some of it's like sideways, some of it's upside down. Like, it looks like, if you had to guess, some sort of ritual.
Ooh, is it like the writing in the thing I have?
Yes.
Okay. Uncle Ed's diary basically is what it is.
Yeah.
Your grimoire.
My grimoire.
If you want to roll Cthulhu Mythos to read this.
Boy, do I want to. No, that's the thing. Let's go.
Holy shit!
Wow!
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
My gosh. Meeting of the minds. Here we go.
We're getting it done tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so just a quick glance, because you know, like, deciphering these things usually takes a lot of time to, like, get into the weeds of it, but, like, understanding the basics of what is on this page as after Alin shows it to you, you could tell that this is definitely a ritual. That ceremonial dagger, which looks suspiciously like Yasher's, it describes its significance related to summoning dark entities from beyond the stars. The dagger is said to be a conduit for invoking powers or summoning entities. And then it describes how to do that.
Not bad.
Does it say anything about a sacrifice or repeating the same fucking day over and over and over?
There is mention to a cycle of shadows. Yeah, and this dagger, but that page cuts off. That was the next page.
Oh, please don't tell me that I have to stab you all with this.
I think we need to go retrieve this book again, because we're missing some information. And hopefully we don't have to encounter the same things we encountered last time, because I did not enjoy the mirror world.
It doesn't say what kind of entity, right? Like, if I don't want to bring back that thing.
I think it's all about your own intentions. You know, you put out what you put out is what you get. You know, it could be accidental, but if you really have strong intentions, it really can't go wrong.
Do we want to summon a otherworldly entity?
If it's mentioning a cycle of shadows, there's a lot of shadow stuff going on. Maybe there's a way we can, like, reverse engineer it to stop what's happening.
If you can summon something with this,
banish.
You should be able to banish, yes, or cut it off. At least in theory.
I like that.
Oh, I wonder if this is why I can't talk to Uncle Ed.
Eileen kind of lifts up her shirt to see, like, the bruising start happening on her belly. I'm like, okay, I think it's time to maybe head to the clinic.
The cramping has begun.
Now that you guys are aware of the symptoms, you do feel a little bit of fatigue and a little bit of sluggishness.
Yeah. Don't run. Stay cool.
Oh yeah. Don't overexert us.
Keep your heart rate down. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and actually you notice, like, Yasher is trying to remain calm. Like, he has a lid on the kettle a little bit better today. He's breathing and clutching the knife.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Every cup of Nespresso coffee is an invitation to transform your morning routine into a ritual you can treasure each and every day. Using the Virtuo Pop, a simple touch of the button freshly brews bold aromas and a rich, velvety crema layer for delicious cafe-quality coffee at home. Whether you enjoy your coffee hot or over ice, every sip, every morning is unforgettable. Nothing tastes like Nespresso coffee. Visit Nespresso.com or our app to explore our full range of easy-to-use machines and coffees not found anywhere else.
So, with photos in hand and Mabel's filled out notebook that she's letting you all read in hand, you head towards Issa's clinic, which you are all familiar with at this point.
We all pull out guns and we threaten her and we say we need this medicine now.
Okay, so you cross the threshold, you make it there, no problem. Normal, you get there about 7:50. So plenty of time, half hour. Because you guys are taking it slow, not trying to overexert yourselves.
I'm trying. Can I do something real quick? We don't have to spend a lot of time on it, but I just want to do like maybe now that we know all this information about the world, like, can I just do like maybe just like a broad general like look as we cross the town, just for like things that I may have not noticed since we've been here and might pick up on now.
Yeah. So you could do a spot hidden for just like general things, or if you want to do like a more specific role for like, I think we had you do anthropology, see differences in buildings, or
I get. You know what? I would probably be looking for those symbols. Like I'm looking for those symbols, and like I know they're on buildings, so I'm looking to see if I can see them on anything else. Okay. What I would be looking for. What you want me to roll for that?
Occult or spot hidden or.
Ooh, I will do occult. Yeah, that sounds awesome. How's 45?
Yeah, that's a success. So, of course, you know where to spot them on the archways of doors. Nearly every building, maybe just the newer ones, on like that when you're just first passing when you're first passing Whispering Teapot Inn, so the edges of towns, there's less of them. But as you get closer to the center of town and closer to Issa's clinic, they are everywhere. And then now that you're looking for it, you actually see like maybe when a steam is picked up from a mug and it goes against a window, you could see like where, you know, when you write something on a mirror when it's all foggy, you could see it on windows on the buildings. You start to see like outlines of concentric circles, and then you see even in some places broken up by the snow. In front of buildings, you see it was written in the snow in lots of places. And then now that you're really looking too, crossing the threshold of the town square, which is circular in the middle of town, around the edge, even though now it's broken up by footsteps in the snow, There, it was written in snow, and it seems as you're watching it, it goes as far as you could see into the town square, around in a circle around the town square, encircling the eternal flame pyre and the stage.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I point this out to everyone, and I'm like, I don't know who made these, but those symbols we've seen, those protection runes, they're everywhere.
To keep who safe?
That I don't know. I don't know if this is the cult doing this, or if this is the people who are in this town who don't want anything to do with them, you know, like that kid's parents.
Iris and Wally.
Iris and Wally, yes.
Mabel, did you ever get to the festival? Did you ever see the pyre, or did you ever see the masquerade?
I mean, a handful of times, sure, but I don't think I got much during that time. Honestly, it's really crazy. It gets really hectic. Everybody's all riled up.
And then what? Did you go to sleep? Did you die during the festival?
Every day I died. Yeah, every single time I would die. I don't think I made it all the way to my bed a single night, did I?
I mean, you could. If you fall asleep, you just wake up.
Just wake up in the same day, right? Okay,
Yeah.
that probably is more plausible that I at least made it through a couple days.
Yeah.
Out of decades, you know?
And when you just finally there was probably a point, and this is probably when you're recording OJS, when you just gave up on trying to solve the mystery because it's 10 whole years. That can't be your sole focus.
Right.
So there's probably plenty of nights that you fell asleep in OJS's bed, or you fell asleep in yours, and then you woke up back in the...
I was just like, let's just party. Like, let's do this festival.
There were nights that you spent dancing the night away at the masquerade, or...
But basically, my main question is, no shadow monsters started eating people up at the festival. Like, nothing crazy happened at the masquerade.
No, nothing crazy. I mean, unless you count body shots, but...
Oh, I do have a question for you, Jamie. Probably she would have. Would Mabel have tried to leave town? Like in desperation?
For sure. But I know that the trains are not running, so I don't really know what that would look like for the town of Storybrooke. They must have a road in. It can't just be the train.
Yeah. Would you try to, like, catch a horse-drawn carriage out of town, or like say, can I borrow your horse, I'm leaving, or just try to walk out of town?
I mean, probably a combination of all of those things. I mean, she comes from money, so she'd probably try to pay somebody to take her out of town. You know, she'd probably try to walk out of town if that didn't work, but I assume that just ends in death, so...
Yes, it does. And you would know that it ends in a very grisly death of monsters.
Oh.
Got
it.
So maybe they are trying to protect themselves from something.
Not just, like the mirror monster. Tons and tons of like ice monsters and mirror monsters. Yeah.
Thank you, Mabel. That's good information.
Yeah, I wouldn't be leaving town anytime soon. We got to figure this out, y'all.
Okay. Well, first things first. Let's try to live through this whole day. Let's see. I want to see that festival so bad. I want to see that masquerade. I want to see who's behind all these freaking masks.
And with that, you make it to Issa's clinic. Melody, you feel lightheaded for a moment, and you have to like catch yourself. I'm not sure if you get vertigo, but it's almost like your body goes like this tingling numb sensation, and you catch yourself on the door, and suddenly you're somewhere else for just a moment. It's in the clinic, but you recognize it as a memory of Elra and Issa in this clinic. There's sunshine outside, but the dimly lit interior. The room is filled with a faint, sterile smell of antiseptics. The walls are lined with the same shelves and medical books and jars that you see as you walked in before. Elra walks into the clinic wearing just a typical attire for her. Well, you wouldn't know, but it's like a cardigan, a nice cardigan, a scarf, a maxi skirt with stockings underneath, nice sensible shoes, glasses perched on her nose, white hair perfectly coiffed. And her and Issa are having a conversation.
Oh, Issa, it's always a pleasure to see you. Your clinic is a haven in this bustling town.
And it's always good to see you here, Elra. How have you been feeling lately?
Oh, you know how it is. Some days are better than others. But it's the festival that keeps my spirits up.
Yes, the festival. The whole town is buzzing with excitement.
Buzzing, yes. It's a special time. A time when the past and present seem to dance together.
Issa gets a quizzical look on her face. What do you mean by that, Elra?
Not just an old woman's musings. Sometimes I think about how the past lingers, how it shapes our days. Tomorrow, for instance, it feels like it holds so many memories.
Issa, with a thoughtful look on her face, says, yeah, memories can be powerful. They have a way of shaping our actions, even our future.
Indeed. Sometimes I wonder if we truly understand the paths we're on, or if we're merely walking in the shadows of those who came before us.
Issa smiles. You're as philosophical as ever, Elra, but it's those thoughts that make you such a cherished part of our community.
Cherished! It's a lovely word, isn't it? To be cherished means to be remembered, to leave a mark. I hope in some small way I have done that.
Elra, you're speaking as if you're going somewhere.
Oh, no, Issa. I'm just reflecting. The festival brings out the sentimental in me. It's a time for joy, but also a time for reflection. And sometimes we need to prepare ourselves for the unexpected.
With a little bit of confusion on her face, but nodding, Issa replies, yeah, life is full of surprises, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. Just remember, Issa, sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impacts, and what seems like the end is often just the beginning of a new story.
Issa reaches out and squeezes Elra's hands. You're always full of wisdom, Elra. Thank you for that.
Oh, and don't be too surprised if you don't recognize me tomorrow. I'll be all dolled up for the festival. It's amazing what a change of attire can do to one's appearance.
Issa raises an eyebrow and tilts her head. You dolled up? I can't imagine that.
But appearances can be deceiving. I might be a bit harder to spot than usual, but do try, won't you? It would be lovely to see you there.
And then you're back in the clinic with your friends as you step across the threshold, having just had a moment to everyone else. It just seems like she stumbles for a moment and catches herself.
Doctor, I think Melody here is dying. Can she go first?
Oh, what seems to be the issue?
It's blood blight. We all have it. Let's go through the motions. So we might die in like 5 minutes.
No diagnosis needed. Just fix her up.
Okay.
We're all amateur physicians.
We got all the symptoms.
Look. Lift my shirt up.
Eyes wide, she takes in the bruising on your stomach. Oh my, it seems very advanced. Yes, come to the back. Come to the back room. I happen to have an antitoxin. She does a little bit of checking. I know that you all are very we got it, but she does do a little bit of checks your pulse, checks your stuff.
Is it normal to do an anal exam for blood blight? Doctor?
Is that what you would prefer? Or
Oh goodness, no. I just was wondering while you were back there.
I was just preparing the shot. I wasn't.
Oh good. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Okay, and then she...
Raz, you don't have to worry.
But I hate needles. Do you have a pill version?
It's a pill version, but it goes in the other way.
Would you prefer a suppository?
No, I mean, I hate needles, but they're quick and dirty.
All right. You can send the bill to the Whispering Teapot. We'll take it from there. Thank you.
What's the name? Did you walk out the door?
Don't worry about
Can put it on Mabel's
Orion Davis.
You know my ex-husbind?
I'm sorry.
It's in our notes, yes.
Yes.
It's in our notes. I saw it.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, we do know that.
Never mind.
Very weird of you, Yashar. Very weird.
I don't know why she said no anal exam, but she still made me take my pants off.
She just want to see those cheeks.
Those dumpy, unathletic,
You don't know,
pale
he could have
cheeks.
I don't know.
He could
He
have
picks
a
up a
bubble
lot
butt.
of beans. He does a lot of squats. That's probably
worst
his
diet.
best feature.
Little like weight thing, but it's just beans like strapped to a stick.
Little bar.
Did anything weird happen to anyone else while we were in there?
Yes, we all got
No.
poisoned and we're stuck
Okay.
in a loop.
No, I met Melody. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I saw you wobble. Were you okay? What happened?
It was so weird. Like, it's like I blinked and I saw like this whole interaction, and then I blinked again and it was like back to real time, you know, and she'll like explain what happened.
More visions.
And I wasn't sure if that was something we all, because I know sometimes we collectively have dreams together, so I wasn't sure if that was just like a me thing or that was like a group project.
No, that one is a you thing. Yeah, that's all you. Do you think Sophia is Elra?
Nah, why would she be two different people?
I mean, it's a big coincidence, but that doesn't mean that it can't be. She was there. She was in the lunar labyrinth, and time has been strange here.
That's too many questions and not enough action. Raz, where should we go?
I am so glad you asked. Truth be told, I'm a little late for a date at the top of the hill. He'll pat his gun case.
I think this is a bad idea, but I agree with Raz.
Now you're talking. You know, there's been a lot of talk recently when this hocus pocus stuff, this dead uncle, all these things. I got something right here, physical, materialized. I'll just pat his gun case again. We can solve all this real quick. We just have to find the right guy and give him the right bullet.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Respect the Crits, Endless Equinox. If you like what you heard, please consider supporting us by leaving us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or whatever platform you use. It's easy, free, and helps others learn about the show. Follow us for info, updates, and extra clips on our socials. We're on pretty much everything at Respect the Crit, or come be a part of our amazing community in our Discord. Mabel McIntyre is played by Jamie Lee Bonez, who you can find at Jamie MF Bones. Alain Levesque is played by Xavier Trudeau Duchesne, who you can find at Xavier TD on Blue Sky. Melody Thompson is played by Karen Huseman, who you can find at Not So Shy Ronnie. Raz McClay is played by Zach Clark. Yasher Angle is played by me, your host, Ian Duncan, and you can find me at iDunks. Our keeper of arcane lore is Susan Spinator, who you can find at Suze Laluz. The music in this episode is provided with license or permission by a variety of talented artists, whose info and credits can be found in the episode notes. Please support them by visiting their platforms to hear more of their work. The Call of Cthulhu 7th edition role-playing game is published by Chaosium Inc. And remember, whatever the system, miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Thank you very much, and Cthulhu Fatagan.
Mabel, how did you get out of your coma specifically?
I ate a burger, y'all.
Not the pancakes. Not the pancakes, Mabel.
Sorry.
Just woke up after 10 years. Gotta eat.
Right?
Hey there, I'm Hugh from Moderation, and if you like today's show, why not check out Roll for Riz, a podcast as ridiculous and cheesy as its title implies. You might have heard of Isekai. You might have heard of Reverse Isekai. But have you heard of D&D Reverse Isekai, where an adventuring party finds themselves in modern-day Japan with their powers completely and utterly intact? It sounds ridiculous, right? But it sounds like you want to listen to it, right? Find Roll for Riz wherever you can get your podcasts.